All right, everybody, welcome to a special edition of the Master of the Mat. I am your host, Anthony the Origin Bryant. Give me 1 second while I send the link out to people real quick. It's a special show because we're reviewing last night's Backlash and this past Saturday Impact Wrestling's Under Siege. So give me one moment. I got a couple text messages I need to send out, and just give me a moment. Okay, it's going to be. This is the beginning of something new. I'm gonna be reviewing every pay per view from this point on, from WWE, and we're gonna talk about it. So give me a minute. Let me send the link out to people, and we can get started. Lord have mercy. Oh, it'll be an awesome show. Reviewing what happened last night. We're gonna review what happened. Oh, there we go. Review what happened last night at WWE WrestleMania Backlash. We're also going to review what happened at TNA's Under Siege. So it'll be a heck of a show. Send the link out now to everybody. Oh, not in the mood for this right now. Bear with me. My phone is acting like a complete jerk off right now. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, welcome to the Master of the Mat. I am Anthony the Origin Bryant. I am your host. This is This is a review episode of Impact Wrestling's Under Siege and WWE's WrestleMania Backlash last night. And we're going to kick things off with Impact Wrestling Under Siege, which wasn't a bad show, to be honest with you. It was a decent show. It started off pretty well, and it was one of those shows where you didn't think was going to be a decent show, but it was a one of the top shows Impact Wrestling put together since Scott D'Amore and I forgot that Don Callis took over Impact Wrestling. So let's get it on right now. The opening match was Brian Myers versus Black Tarouche. It was a fairly decent matchup. Brian Myers wrestled in WWE as Kurt Hawkins. He was on a losing streak for a long time. He lost about 200 matches before he won a match. He's a two-time tag team champion in WWE, and since becoming a Impact Wrestling, he's been doing pretty well for himself. So he won that match, and it it was a decent match. I give it 4 out of 5 because Myers carried Black Tarouche good 50% of that match. All right, the next match was Taylor Wilde and Taylor Emma from WWE, but her name is Tennille Dashwood versus Kimberly and Susan. It was a good matchup. It was a fairly decent women's tag team matchup. Impact's women's division is nowhere near the NXT or WWE women's division, but their women's division is okay. That matchup, I give it a 3 out of 4 because Neil Dashwood was a little selfish in that matchup, and Taylor Wilde, she's a consummate pro. She's good at what she does. So I give it a 3 out of 4 in that matchup. The next matchup This match was to determine the number one contenders for the Impact Wrestling Tag Team Championship. And to tell you the truth, this match wasn't half bad. This match was pretty decent because you had a lot of veterans in this matchup. You had all, Ace Austin, Madman Fulcher, who wrestled in WWE, Petey Williams, who's a former X Division champion, TJP, who wrestled in WWE as TJP, and TJ Perkins. As a matter of fact, TJP won the Cruiserweight Classic and the Cruiserweight Championship. So it was a decent matchup. They was wrestling XXXL and Rahib and Shabib, whatever his name is. I don't know. This matchup was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Great tag team action, great fatal four-way tag team action. It was perhaps one of the best matches on the card at Impact Wrestling Under Siege. So I'm gonna give this matchup a 5 out of 9 because the fact of the matter, Ace Austin is not a tag team wrestler. He's a cruiserweight wrestler. Madman Fulton has yet to get his foot in the door, but he's a tag team wrestler. So yeah, Ace Austin and Madman Fuller took the win in that matchup. Good, like I said, great, not bad fatal four way, but it happens. It just happens that way. You can't. I mean, had only one tag team was in there was a full time tag team, and that was Triple XL. Rahib and Shabib were not tag teams, but more like a wrestler slash bodyguard. It was a good matchup, so I give it a. Yeah, like I said, I give it a 5 out of 9 because it was a good matchup. Ace Austin, and Batman Fuller won that matchup this Thursday. They will challenge for the Impact Tag Team Championship against Finjuice. Going right along with the card, Big Cash, who's under a new name, I did not know what he calls himself now, defeated Willie Mack. Who those of you who don't know who Willie Mack is, go on it on YouTube, look up Willie Mack. He is the current House of Hardcore Twitch television champion. He's held that belt now for 2 years. 2 years he's held that title. He's also a former NWA National Heavyweight Champion. So Willie Mack is a name you make the use of. He had a trial with WWE. He didn't impress the higher ups, but he impressed some of the higher ups. They told him get more experience and come back. But Willie Mack he's rising the rank. Big Cash won that match. It was a great back and forth matchup, but Big Cash shows why he's Big Cash. He still sucked to me, but that's just my opinion. The next matchup was for the Impact Knockout Tag Team Championships. Fire and Flavor versus Jordan Grace and Rachel Elliott. Okay, so if you don't know who Jordan Grace is, she is the wife of current Ring of Honor or her champion. What is that boy's name? If anybody watched this and know his name, even in comic box, I cannot. He's a member of the Foundation with Jay Lethal and Ring of Honor. I cannot remember that boy. The Octopus. All I know. That's sad. But yeah, Rachel Elliott is the daughter of WWE Hall of Famer Paul Elliott, who managed the Road Warriors. Later on, went on to manage DOA. That didn't last long. But yeah, she's the daughter of Rachel Elliott. Is her father is Paul Elliott. Fire and Flavor Kier Hogan, who is no relation to Hulk Hogan, and Tanisha Steele. Tanisha Steele is a legend on the indie circuit. This girl is she's fired. She's fired. WWE missed the opportunity to sign her. Impact Wrestling picked her up. The rest is history. Last at this past Saturday, Fire and Flavor became a two-time Impact Wrestling Women's Tag Team Champions. They defeated Jordan Grace and Rachel Elliott. It was a great matchup. Awesome women's tag team title matchup. This is perhaps one of the best women's tag team title matches I've ever seen in my life. I give it applause. They did a heck of a job. It, it was perfectly orchestrated, perfectly choreographed. This match was good. I, I give it a 10 out of 10. I give it a 10 out of 10. It's been awesome. Hold on. I'm sorry. Hmm. Acid reflexes bothered me, so I took a fire pill to get it down. But anyway, um, it was a great matchup, 10 out of 10. It was a great, I give it a 10 out of 10. I mean, that's just me. But it was a great matchup, great back and forth. Like I said, perfectly choreographed. I love that match. It was one of a kind. It was Rachel Elliott and Jordan Gray's no shame in losing. They gave it their all. They came out victorious. Now, next match in the card was Josh Alexander versus a member of the Bullet Club, El Fantos. Can't believe they actually calling that Impact Wrestling. Anyway, that match was perhaps a great matchup. Fantos, a former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, he won the Super J Cup 3 times, I'm not mistaken. Jordan Grace is, if you don't, Jordan Grace, not Jordan Grace, is right. Josh Alexander is has one half of the longest reigning tag team champions in Impact history. His partner is currently signed with AEW, his former partner. So Josh Alexander making his own waves. He won that match, and he calls himself the walking weapon. He comes out dressed in his the Rick Steiner startup kit, the startup kit with the head and the airbands and all that on. And so I call him a Rick Steiner, a junior Rick Steiner, but he can go. This guy can go. He gets in the ring. He does it all. I give this match a 8 out of 9. It was again perfectly orchestrated, perfectly choreographed. This match was simply good, not great, but good. A lot of Josh Alexander missed one move, but El Fantos missed 2 moves. But yeah, you expect that when you just the match was just set up this past Thursday, so you expect that. Um, Deanna Pisano defeated Havoc in a by submission. She made Havoc tap out, and that's not easy to do. Havoc is the brainchild of Father James Mitchell. Yeah, this guy's been around a long time. For those of you who don't know who Father James Mitchell is, he managed Wrath and Mortis in WCW and had a long-standing rivalry with Glacier and Ernest the Cat Miller. But that's then, this is now. But Havoc gave it her all in this matchup. Came up a little bit short. I think Havoc dropped with that count, but that's just me. Deanna won the matchup. She's still the Impact Wrestling Knockout Champion. I give it a. Deanna does not impress me as a woman champion. Just to be honest with you, she is not impressive as the Impact Woman Champion, and she does not impress. She just go out there, she flash, she thinks she's cute, but she has more fat showing than she does anything else. But that's just my opinion. Don't quote me on that. So Havoc for a big girl, Havoc can go. Havoc can go for a big girl. So that I give that matchup a perfect. No, not a perfect. I give it a 4 out of 9. That's why. Okay, that I think that was the next matchup was a 6-man tag team matchup. It was Eddie Edwards teaming up with Finn Juice, David Finley, and Juice Robinson. Juice Robinson used to compete at NXT. David Finley is the son of Finn Finley, and Eddie Edwards is Eddie Edwards, Psycho, a loose cannon. He's like Brian Pillman, but actually he's exactly like Brian Pillman. He talks to a kendo stick. That's what he does. They wrestled the Bullet Club, well, the Elite as they call themselves now. Kenny Omega, Doc Gallows, and Carl Anderson. This match to be a co-main event is pretty much stole the show. This was the first time I've seen somebody push Kenny Omega since John Moxley. And Eddie Edwards did just that. He pushed Kenny Omega. He pushed him and he pushed him. Ben Juice has the Good Brothers numbers in tag team wrestling. This was a excellent matchup, perfectly orchestrated. Don Callis did not interrupt at any time. I got to give it a standing ovation. This is a perfect 10 out of 10 matchup. I loved it. Yeah, I love this matchup. This is a great matchup. Eddie Edwards shined in this matchup. He pinned Carl Anderson with the Boston Knee Party. Only Eddie would need to move that. It was a great matchup. As a matter of fact, Eddie Edwards was trained by John Cena's father. That's how similar Eddie Edwards is to John Cena. So this is Eddie Edwards is a triple crown in Ring of Honor and a triple crown in Impact Wrestling. He's the only wrestler to do that right now. So a 10 out of 10. Great matchup. The next matchup is the main event. A six-way to determine the number one contender for the Impact Wrestling Heavyweight Championship, which is currently held by Kenny Omega. This match showed promise. And when I mean it showed promise, you had six of Impact Wrestling's greatest stars: Chris Bay, Zack Ryder, Sammy Callahan, Trey Miguel, Chris Sabin, and Moose. Now, Chris Bay is perhaps one of the best X Division persons I've ever seen in my life. Chris Sabin, the greatest X Division champion of all time. Sammy Callahan, this guy's a freaking nut. He's the master of manipulation. This guy can mind games you, and when he gets in that ring with you, you already lost because once Sammy Callahan gets in your head, it's over with. And Trey Miguel, who is good friends with MSK's MSK, NXT's current tag team champions, but and Moose, a former football player, and I can't leave out Chris Sabin. Chris Sabin, the greatest X Division champion of all time. Chris Sabin is also a former Impact and TNA tag team champion. He's a former TNA heavyweight champion as well. Chris Sabin will make a great addition in NXT, in my opinion. And this is what I'm going to tell you why. I would love to see Chris Sabin go one on one with Kashiba, that cruiserweight championship, because you have two, Alex Shelley, former tag team championship partners, Chris Sabin and Kashiba, the Time Splitters and the Motor City Machine Guns. But this matchup, the six-way matchup, was awesome. It was hands down awesome, great matchup. Moose took the victory, had the two chop blocks and a spear to win on Chris Sabin. Sabin gave it his all. I truly believe Sabin would have won if Moose didn't put a referee out. Chris Sabin is very underutilized in Impact Wrestling. He needs to make the jump to NXT. Notice I didn't say WWE, I said NXT. Moose is the number one contender for the Impact World Champion. My thoughts is that like this: how many times is Moose going to have an opportunity at the Impact World Championship and fail to keep it? He's had like six championship matches and lost all six of them. So this is going to be number seven. He's going to lose this one. He's a goof. He's a goof, and he's a goof. He's a giant goof. He couldn't cut it in the NFL. He couldn't cut it in Ring of Honor. Now he thinks because he comes to Impact Wrestling and he reinvents himself, he's going to cut it in Impact Wrestling. No, you're not. You still suck. You're one move. You're one move Yahoo. That's exactly what you are. This match, but the reception of Moose winning this match is 10 out of 10. This match was also a great matchup. The last two matches of Under Siege was great. The overall rating for this pay per view, I would give this pay per view a 5 out of 9 ratings in the pay per view. All right, that it was awesome. Now let's go to WrestleMania Backlash. Before we go to WrestleMania Backlash, we got to start real quick because I think it's needed. Ooh, excuse me. I need to say this. We got to start at SmackDown. We got to start on the SmackDown before the pay per view that Friday night. Tamina Snuka, Natalia Neidhart, Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match. Everybody says Sasha Banks and Bayley made the Women's Tag Team Championships. Yeah, they probably did. They made them. But Vince McMahon finally pulled the trigger on Tamina to get her first championship after being with the company for 10 years. That was a heck of a matchup. That was an awesome matchup. It was all inspiring to see Tamina win her first championship in 10 years of being with the company. I got to give her applause for that one. I'm so happy. Jimmy Superfly never held the title in WWE, but his daughter is now a tag team champion, and his son is a former tag team champion in WWE. I got to give all props to the Snucker family right now. You can't say nothing bad about the Hart family. You really can't, because every member of the Hart family has held championship gold in WWE. Jim Neidhart, two-time tag champion. Bret Hart, Intercontinental WWE tag team champion, Triple Crown, two-time Hall of Famer. Davey Boy Smith, Intercontinental champ, European champ, Hardcore champ. Just could not win that big one. Just Owen Hart, Intercontinental champ, tag team champ, European champ. just couldn't win the big one. He's a two-time Slammy Award winner. One of those Slammys he stole. He stole one of those Slammys, but yeah, but you can't say nothing bad about the Hart family. For those of you who don't know, Natalia and Tamina are cousins. They are both a part of the IKEA family. Yeah, I want to say yeah, I could be wrong. Nick, there's the Samoan family. I'm so proud that they are pushing the Samoan family right now. I still say there's too many Samoans in WWE. I mean, there really is. There's too many Samoans in WWE. But yeah, so that was the opening. That was one of the pre-shows, but they didn't call it that. I'm calling it that. The pre-show for WrestleMania Backlash was Sheamus versus Ricochet in a non-title match. I don't understand why this was a non-title match, but it was a non-title match. Sheamus is a worthless champion as U.S. champion. I said it, but the match was Ricochet carried the matchup, and Sheamus has lost a step. When he was with the Bar, he was okay, but now that he's not with the Bar, he sucks. He sucks. I'm gonna tell you like it is. I think they gave Sheamus the U.S. title because nobody else wanted it. I think that's why they gave the U.S. title because nobody else wanted it. I see Sheamus losing that title very soon to either Jeff Hardy or Mansoor, which I think is gonna be Mansoor because WWE is using Jeff Hardy like a jobber right now. We're gonna get into that on Saturday's show. But let's get to the card, the main card. It started off with the Raw Women's Championship, a triple threat matchup. You saw Reba Ripley, Oscar, and Charlotte Flair. This match was simply good, not awesome, but good. I'm gonna tell you why. Charlotte Flair, spoiled, cocky, arrogant, all the above. But when that bell rings, there's no female better than Charlotte Flair. Gave it her all. I think what's going to happen since Charlotte was in pin. Well, the Reva won because she pinned Oscar yet again. And Charlotte wasn't pinned. It's going to be Reva and Charlotte at Hell in Cell for the Raw Women's Championship. I can see that happening. Reva still champion. This match, I give it a 10 out of 10. Charlotte carried the matchup. Oscar carried the matchup. Reva carried the matchup. There was not one weak leak in that matchup. 10 out of 10. Hands down. The next matchup was Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio versus the Dirty Dogs, Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. This matchup was great because you saw a side of Rey Mysterio you didn't say you have not seen recently. The last time I saw this side of Rey Mysterio was when he was a cruiserweight in WCW. Rey Mysterio went out there and carried a tag team title match by himself until his son came down and helped him out. Rey Mysterio is simply the greatest of all time because he went up against two world class athletes, Robert Roode, aka Bobby Roode, and Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler, the show off, the show stealer, whatever you want to call him. It was good to see him get back to his status last night. Dolph Ziggler, Robert Roode, they took it to Rey Mysterio, and they took it to Dominic Mysterio. In the end, the Mysterios are the first father-son duo to win tag team championships in WWE. They are the new and current SmackDown tag team champion Rey and Dominic Mysterio. Going up the ramp, you can hear Mysterio and Dominic praising God as they go up. They both saying God is good. That was awesome to hear. You don't hear that in WWE. You really don't hear no superstar reverence God in WWE. But last night, you heard that. That was awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. So yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, I give this match 10 out of 10. And this is WrestleMania Backlash. I give it a 10 out of 10 because it was that good. Rey Mysterio carried the match by himself. Dolph Ziggler, Robert Roode helped him immensely. A 10 out of 10. The next matchup, Damian Priest against The Miz. Damian Priest versus The Miz. Now, this was a lumberjack match. See, this was a lumberjack match. You saw, but it was a Walking Dead lumberjack match. Damian Priest is a sick mind. He has a real sick mind. But Damian Priest has a real sick mind. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. Damian Priest, this guy's a psycho, and he wrestled in Ring of Honor as Punisher Martinez, where he's a former Ring of Honor TV champion. When he was in NXT, he was a North American champion. I see big things for Damian Priest, and he has yet to lose to the Miz one on one. Miz sucks in my opinion. I don't like him. I can't stand him. But yeah, he beat a former two-time WWE champion in the Miz, and this was a great matchup. It was a back and forth brawl. You saw Damian Priest hit that swinging neck breaker. Um, it was a good matchup. I give this match a 9 out of 9. The only reason I don't give it a 10 out of 10 because John Morrison is since coming back, Morrison has absolutely sucked. Man, John Morrison absolutely sucks since coming back, and they're not doing nothing with Morrison. Morrison is Miz lackey. That's all he is. He's the Miz lackey. That match absolutely sucks. That match sucks. Morrison sucks. It's coming back. I'm going to tell you that right now. The next match on the card is the EST of WWE Bianca Belair versus Bayley. Bayley holds the extension. Hold on. I can see that. I can see that. Um, the Bayley holds the distinction of being the longest reigning SmackDown Women's Champion in history. I don't care how long she held it. I don't care how long she didn't hold it. She held that title as long as she did by underhanding, by using Sasha Banks. Hey, you found a patsy. She found a patsy. Her patsy was Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks was her patsy, and she made Sasha take the beat down. She come in, scoop up the win. Bayley last night, Bianca Belair. You didn't see Bianca hair to finish the move, but you saw her use her hair to help her with the victory. I say Bianca Belair is going to be a long-standing champion in the WWE. I think she just might break Bayley's record as women's champion. I could be wrong, but I think it's going to happen. That was a great matchup. I give that matchup an 8 out of 9. An 8 out of 9. That match was pretty good. I mean, the card was pretty decent last night. I mean, the whole show was pretty good last night. It was great. Now we talk about the triple threat WWE Championship matchup. The almighty WWE Champion Bobby freaking Lashley alongside MVP. Okay, he goes against Braun Strowman, the Monster Among Men, and Drew McIntyre, the Scottish Psychopath. This match, this match to be a co-main event, and Bobby Lashley is the most disrespected WWE champion of all time. I understand you hyping up Roman Reigns. I understand you doing this. At WrestleMania Night 1, he opened the show. As being WWE champion, I don't think Bobby Lashley has had a main event match for the WWE championship. Besides the time he won it from the Miz on Raw. But Bobby Lashley is the most disrespected WWE champion ever. When Hogan was WWE champion, Hogan main evented every show he was on. Heck, Hogan even main event when he won the WWE champion. What's up with Bobby? And Bobby's not a bad champion. This match last night, this triple threat match, you saw Bobby get thrown to an LSD ball by Drew. The LSD wall, he got thrown to a wall by Drew McIntyre. I can't get the word out. Forgive me. Okay, he got thrown to the wall. You saw Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman just beat the living crap out of each other. You saw Braun catch Drew McIntyre in midair and slam dunk powerbomb him on the table. You saw the Scottish Psychopath hit a Claiborne on Braun Strowman, and you saw Bobby Lashley come in, pick up the pieces, and speared him to win the match. This match, to be a co-main event, it was better than the main event. And I got nothing against Roman Reigns. Nothing against Roman Reigns. But this match should have been the main event. It had everything. It had these guys beating the crap out of each other up the ramp, beating the crap out of each other. And it had my favorite part of the match when Braun Strowman caught him in midair and powerbombed him through the table. He didn't powerbomb him, he slammed dunked him through the table. And this match was better than the main event. Thank you, Toya. This match was better than the main event. Again, nothing against Roman Reigns. This match, Bobby, Braun, and Drew was better than the main event. And this match was good. This match was very good. Bobby Lashley. Oh my goodness. Who is going to take that title from the Almighty? Nobody, in my opinion. If they keep booking Bobby Lashley the way they booking Bobby Lashley, nobody's going to take this title from Bobby Lashley. Bobby, this is the best I've seen Bobby Lashley in years. The Almighty. And last night, he showed everybody why he is the WWE champion. Bobby freaking Lashley. This man is going to take that title, and he, like I said, the most disrespected WWE champion ever. Look, I have nothing against Bianca Belair, Sasha Banks, main event WrestleMania Night 1. It should have happened. It really should have happened. The co-main event, it should have been Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre. You kick off WrestleMania Night 1 with Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley. Disrespectful. Disrespectful to the highest. Because, in my opinion, yeah, they did cheat Cesaro. Well, you know, Roman got to have his crew. I'll get back to that in a few minutes. Let me stick with this one. Yeah, I get to that. That's gonna be the last thing I talk about. Not the last thing, but yeah, Bobby Lashley and the WWE Championship, with the exception of WrestleMania 1 and the exception of WrestleMania. Oh yeah, with the exception of WrestleMania 1, the WWE Championship has always been the highlight. Always. I don't care what round. You know what? They disrespected the Undertaker at WrestleMania 23. I'm gonna tell you why. Rules of the Royal Rumble is this: if you win the Royal Rumble, you headline WrestleMania. Undertaker did not headline WrestleMania 23. You know who headlined WrestleMania 23? John Cena and Shawn Michaels. Undertaker won the Royal Rumble. Shawn Michaels was the runner-up in the Royal Rumble. Bobby Lashley last night showed me and showed the entire world disrespect has got to stop because he carried himself as a WWE champion. MVP did not attempt an interference last night, and he shouldn't have. Bobby Lashley is still your WWE champion. Now, you see my sister talking about the main event last night, Roman Reigns, Cesaro, the Swiss Superman, his first heavyweight title match since being with the company for 10 years. He's a 7-time tag team champion. Tag team champion with Tyson Kidd, Nakamura, Sheamus. He's a former United States champion. And he's the first ever Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner. And he's just now getting the title shot? Disrespect. Disrespectful. He's going against perhaps one of the greatest champions of this generation, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns looks like Brock Lesnar, but better. Because Roman's not running from nobody. Roman is getting in that ring night in and night out and taking his challenges and going up against everybody they put him against. Never seen Roman Reigns this good. I've never seen him this good, this dominant. Roman is the man right now. Again, nothing against Roman Reigns. Last night, the big dog, the tribal chief, the head of the table, whatever he calls himself, He calls himself that because he is that. This is the status of Roman Reigns as of right now. Since winning the WWE Universal Championship, Roman Reigns has not been pinned since returning to WWE. He has not lost since returning in 2020. Look it up, people. I'm telling you the truth. Roman Reigns have not lost since returning at Payback. The last time Roman Reigns lost, I'm trying to think here. I really don't know. Roman has not lost since coming back in 2020. Roman has been that dumb. On the other hand, the Swiss Superman, the Swiss Cyborg, whatever you want to call him, Cesaro, what him and Seth Rollins did at WrestleMania. Oh my goodness. You talk about a WrestleMania moment, Cesaro did it. Cesaro did it. Cesaro did it. They finally pushing Cesaro. They finally giving him that, and they doing it with a passion. And I love every bit of that. I love SmackDown more than I love Raw right now because I love what they're doing with Cesaro. I love what they're doing with Roman Reigns. I love what they're doing with the Usos. I love how they put this whole. I love this whole disbanded between the Usos, Roman Reigns, Cesaro, Seth Rollins. I love every bit of it. It makes it exciting because you don't know what's going to happen. I even love how they hyping up Dominique and Rey Mysterio. Friday Night SmackDown is better than Monday Night Raw. It's not better than NXT, but it's better than Monday Night Raw. And last night, Roman Reigns showed everybody, I'm going to be Universal Champion until I retire. That's it. He going to be Universal Champion until he retires. Think about it. Look what Roman Reigns did to Daniel Bryan on SmackDown. Look what Roman Reigns did to Daniel Bryan and Edge at WrestleMania. He's I agree with you 100% on that, Toya. I can't deny with that. I agree with you 100% on that. Cesaro had Roman Reigns. Cesaro dominated 90% of that match. But as good old JR always says, it's not how you start, it's how you end. It's not Cesaro dominated the beginning, the middle, and Roman Reigns said, the heck with this. Roman said, the heck with this, and dominated the end. If you look at that match, that's what Roman Reigns said. Roman Reigns said, the heck with this. I'm done with it. He got out. Roman got out wrestled. Roman got out powered. Roman got out dominated in the first two parts of that match. Roman said, the heck with this, and just dominated. He locked in that guillotine. He locked it in. Cesaro didn't tap out. Cesaro passed out. When anybody says Cesaro top out, they lie. Cesaro passed out. Do I like the fact that um yeah, I did too, to be honest with you. I feel that the Uso coming in and doing the Uso splash was gonna do no. Seth Rollins music, I honestly thought Seth was gonna come out there and attack Roman Reigns. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. It was that was a good matchup. I want to know who you're gonna put up next to challenge Roman for the Universal Championship. I like what they doing. Like I said, Friday Night SmackDown. I'm loving what they're doing with Friday Night SmackDown. They're taking guys you don't normally see. Yeah, he was. If you look at his face, go back and look at that matchup for you. Look at the he went out to talk to Paul Heyman. Roman tried to hide his emotions. He couldn't hide it. He couldn't hide it. It was that good. That match was good. I give WrestleMania Backlash a 10 out of 10 because every match on that card was good, real good. And I'm going to tell you why. Charlotte, Oscar, Reva, they carried each other in that women's title match. They carried each other in that women's title matchup. My brother and sister on here, and they can tell you, as long as we've been watching wrestling, we've never seen three women carry each other in that title match. Okay? Uh, uh, the SmackDown Tag Team Championship matchup. Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio went out there and performed a 1-on-2 match. Got the crap beat out of him, but stuck it out, beat the crap out of Dolph, beat the crap out of Robert, and Dominique came out, hit a beautiful Eddie Guerrero-like frog splash to win the match. Wonderful matchup. Damian Priest and The Miz. Walking Dead. Walking Dead lumberjack match. I don't know who half of them lumberjacks was, but I do know one. If you look at the tall guy, that's Rick Steiner's son. I do know that. But it was Damian Priest is going to be a big, big star if they keep pushing him right on Monday Night Raw. Bianca Belair, barely. Can't say no much about more much about that, but it's good. Bianca Belair's got the speed, she got the power, she got the strength. This girl can do it all. Barely. She's got the speed, she's got the strength, she's got the brains to make herself a champion. She was a little bit short last night. Awesome match. Then the triple threat WWE Championship matchup. My favorite part of the whole match is when Braun Strowman caught Drew McIntyre in midair and power bombed him through the. No, I take that back. He didn't power bomb him. He slammed dunked him through the announce table. And then Roman Reigns, Cesaro. I said it. I said it before. Cesaro dominated the first and second part of that matchup. The last three matches were perfect. I'm just gonna go and say it. Braun Strowman, Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley carried each other. Roman Reigns, Cesaro carried each other. Bianca Belair, Bailey carried each other. The Miz, Damian Priest carried each other. Dolph Ziggler, Robert Roode. Who? Damian Priest carried each other. Everybody carried each other to make their self and make their match good. WWE hasn't been this good on pay per view in a long time. The last time they was this good was back in WrestleMania, night 1 and 2. Last night, that pay per view, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. A heck of a pay per view. The pre show was even good. Sheamus and Ricochet was even good, even though Ricochet carried Sheamus, but it was good. It was good. It's making you love WWE all over again the way they doing this thing. Not too many championships online, not too many boring matches online. They doing it. They doing it well. SmackDown is kicking the crap out of Raw, especially in storylines. I love the storyline with Shinsuke Nakamura and Baron Corbin. I love that because you're pushing Baron Corbin to be better. You're pushing Shinsuke Nakamura to be the Nakamura he was in New Japan. You're pushing Sami Zayn. You're pushing Kevin Owens. You're pushing Apollo Crews. You're pushing Big E. This Intercontinental title match this Friday, I cannot wait to see. I, my thoughts, we're going to see the new champion. I think we're going to see I'm predicting we're going to see a brand new Intercontinental Champion. And my predictions: Sami Zayn will be a three-time Intercontinental Champion. Don't I could be wrong, but that's my opinion. I'm gonna tell you why right now. Sami Zayn is the smartest guy in this matchup. Zayn will duck out and let everybody else beat the crap out of each other and get in the ring and hit a hula kid and win the match. That's my opinion. I'm loving what SmackDown is doing. I'm even loving NXT right now. But right now, I'm loving SmackDown. All right, that's my review. Tune in this Saturday. This Saturday, for the first time on my show, my topic will be okay. Well, I'll let y'all know. I'm thinking of a topic. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock on YouTube, my little brother has his WFCW Tuesday Night Titans. Tune in tomorrow at 8 o'clock. It's on YouTube. It's going. Hold on. His Squad 16 handle. Look his name up on YouTube. The Con Squad 16 is tomorrow night. The WFCW is also on Thursday Night Titans. No, Thursday. Well, maybe I got the name wrong. Tomorrow's Tuesday night Gods and Thursday Night Titans on Thursday. There we go. Tune in tomorrow night for his Tuesday night Gods and Thursday Night Titans on Thursday. Tune in with me this Saturday. I will be my discussion this Saturday will be on the ongoing issue. No, my discussion will be. We're going to talk about the WWE Women's Championship, the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. That's going to be the first part of the show. The second part of the show, we're going to be open discussion. But the first part, the WWE Women's Tag Team Champion and the WWE Women's Championship, both of them SmackDown and Raw Women's Champion. Oh, okay, there you go. Right there in the chat box. Con Squad 16, WFCW, Tuesday and Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Tune in tomorrow night. Like and subscribe his channel. Like and subscribe my channel. If you like it, love it. If you like it, subscribe. If you like it, you subscribe. Tune in every Saturday. I will be doing this. And this is just the beginning. I promise this is just the beginning. So this is my review show. My next review show will be after Hell in a Cell that following Monday. And we're gonna see what happens. You know what? I may do a review show tomorrow, Monday Night Raw. Who knows? I may do a review show Friday Night SmackDown. Who knows? Well, I'm gonna do that on the Saturday show. So, all right, y'all be easy. I'm about to grab me something to eat, and I'm out. Yes, I am rocking Shawn Michaels T-shirt. For those of you who did not see Shawn Michaels' biography on A&E last night, I encourage you to go watch that biography. This is a feel-good story. You saw Shawn's heartbreak. You saw his triumph. You saw his victories. Shawn Michaels. That was awesome last night. How A&E put that together. This Sunday, A&E is going to do the Awesome Warrior, but Shawn Michaels hands down the best. All right, y'all. I'm out. I'm gonna grab something to eat. Thank y'all for viewing. Like and subscribe if you like the show. Until then, peace.